brought us to one of the league's most recognizable homes, Lucas Oil Stadium, opened in 2008 here in Indianapolis. Today, two teams hailing from the AFC, between the Miami Dolphins and the Indianapolis Colts. Punter Rigoberto Sanchez has it teed up and ready to go. And here we go from Indy. And this will be a touchback, so we're going to need our first snap to see the first action of this game. So their offense out now to get this game started. It's 1st and 10. Opening carry for Devon Achane. And that's going to be a gain of 8 on 1st down.
That run may not have gotten you at first, but sure, nice little run to set the table.
Nice run last play. Sets up 2nd and 2. Let's stick with Achane. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
3rd down, 1 yard to go. Achane again. He's officially in enemy territory now, and they're going to give him the opposing 49. Call it 7 yards on the play, and that's enough for the 1st down.
1st and 10. Take the Ravens. Take the Eagles. Take the Eagles. Come 19 right.
This time it's a passing play. This is complete. Jalen Tolbert. And he's taken down at the 30. A 19-yard pickup, and that's going to move the chains.
That's a statement throw right there. A statement throw that lets the opposing defense know it's not just going to be check down Charlie today. They're going to be willing to push the ball down the field, and this defense better respond.
Nearly broke even, but the defenders followed that zone read well. It's going to cost them about a yard. And it's not just some quarterbacks, Brock Huard, who got to have short memories. You tell me this too. Defenses need them sometimes as well.
Yeah, 100%. You give up a big run, well, too bad. No time to dwell on it because you got to line up, buckle up that chin strap, and try to knock them backwards.
Mustang 19.
2nd down carry for Achane. He scraped together a few yards, but not much. 3rd down coming up.
You know, okay, these are some of the little hidden plays in a game. It doesn't look like a whole lot on the stat sheet, but A, it gets you good yardage, B, it sets up your play action, and C, most importantly, keeps that defense guessing.
Willis now, 3rd down.
What the? Come on, dog.
The 1st down yardage.
Every time I see one of those angle routes,
This dude was sitting right there. He ain't make no kind of fucking play on the ball.
Texas, angle route. 49ers of the 80s, they were making hay with it then, and the running back's still doing it to this day.
They run the counter to Achane. And he'll make his way through for a pick of a 4.
You know, these are the kind of runs, Kate, that a balanced game plan and a balanced offense is built on. It gets you good yardage, it sets up your play action, and it keeps that defense honest.
4 yards on that 1st down run. Here's 2nd and 6. Willis in the pistol. And this finds him in the end zone. Touchdown, Miami. The Dolphins finish up an excellent opening series. Riley Patterson on for the extra point. Right down the middle. It's good. And the Dolphins take a 7-0 lead as he starts this year 1-for-1. away. Here's Pinion. And that one bounces through the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 35-yard line.
So it's good field position for the Colts as they get set, 1st and 10.
18 Cardinal, 18 Cardinal, Warriors, 70.
Richardson throwing to start out. Has him on the quick hitter. And the stop was made just before he's able to reach that midfield strike. That's going to go as a gain of 13 yards. And that is good for an Indianapolis 1st down. I'm not going to call this a must-score drive here in this first quarter, Brock, but when your opponents start the game with 6, it feels like you need some sort of answer.
You need a response, right? You need a response. You don't need all these home runs or big highlights. You just need to keep matriculating that ball down the field.
Racing down the left side. It's an Indianapolis touchdown. The Colts finish off their opening drive. It's a Jonathan Taylor touchdown. Well, Brock, they could prove me wrong, but I don't think touchdowns are going to come that easily the rest of this game. But starting out, we all welcome the quick score.
Yeah, not a lot of energy exerted, right? Not a lot of their cards shown just yet. They only got a couple plays into their strategy, and they found pay dirt. A lot of mystery still to come with what they're going to do schematically. A lot of answers have to be found defensively.
And he got all of that one out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Dolphins in pretty good field position here as they come up 1st and 10. They'll start the drive with a chance. And they're going to bring him down just a moment before he's able to break it across midfield. That's an 11-yard pickup, and it gives them the 1st down.
Well, more often than not, it's the passing game that's asked to go from 1st down to 1st down in just one play. Get that big play potential on the ground. Jeez, it just infuses your offensive confidence.
Dropped by the first guy he met. No gain on that 1st down run.
So close to a big loss of yards for those guys up front. 1 second sooner, they had a tackle behind the line. But a stop to celebrate nonetheless.
19 tight, 19 tight.
Working from the gun, it's Willis. Short pass brought in. And he made a bid for midfield there, but stopped at his own side at the 49. We're through 1 quarter of this opening weekend of football. Scoreboard showing 7s on each side. We'll take a brief pause and head back to Lucas Oil Stadium after this. Back for the start of quarter number 2. It's Dolphin football as we begin. They have it 3rd and 7. Throw here, 3rd down. That one's incomplete over the middle. Now, he's been perfect to that point on the drive block. First time we've seen this coverage force him into a misstep in a while.
I know you hear me talk all the time, Kate, about the rhythm of an offense, right? And I look at it through those optics so much. But it's the same thing defensively. You've got to get a stop, see the ball hit the ground to knock them out of that rhythm.
And he's getting nothing on that return. They wrap him up almost at the exact spot that he fielded that punt. Now the Dolphins call a timeout. It's their first. And they'll have 2 left to work with here in the 1st half.
Ready up.
1st down now, ball at the 33.
Cut 19. Cut 19. Mustang 19. 70 Ranger. 70 Ranger.
Taylor gets it to begin the drive. And he's brought down as the drive starts out with a 4-yard gain.
You know, Kate, that might be a little bit of a disappointing run to him. He wanted more. They always do. That's exactly what they were after offensively to get this drive moving.
They'll come up after that 4-yard gain. It's 2nd and 6.
Back to 60. Back to 60.
They go again with Taylor. Defender gets to him right around the line. It's going to be marked as no gain. So, Brock, that means third down coming up.
Hey, we know running the ball in the NFL is hard, and that play pretty indicative of it. Here's the key, though. At the end of the game, those type of plays got to be in the minority, and the majority have got to do some damage.
About set. This is 3rd and 5. Shotgun snap now to Richardson. Completed over the middle. And the tackle's made just beyond midfield at the 48. Gain of 15 there. And it'll be first down Colts.
You want to become a quarterback's best friend, do that. Turn a short little gain, a short little pass into some yards after catch, and the quarterback will find you again.
60 Maverick, 60 Maverick, 19 Tiger, 19 Tiger. Go.
First down throw here from Richardson. Looking slant route, complete. And he's able to reach the 40 on that play.
Good luck defending that short yardage slant. Just not going to happen. There's a reason. This is a go-to play for just about any quarterback in every situation.
Working from the gun, it's Richardson. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Ball and defender arrived at the exact same time there. And that leaves him with 3rd and short. Well, they connected on 3 straight before that throw, Brock. Might not be perfect anymore on this drive, but they are still moving it well.
And I don't expect that one to interrupt his progress very long. They're still on a mission this series.
And oh, someone stepped in. It's intercepted. Juju Brents with a pick. 3rd down from this distance, Brock. That is a spot you expect your offense to convert, but you also expect your defense to make the stop. This time, the defense won out with a nice interception.
Yeah, in that scenario, it's really like an outfielder in baseball, Kate, right? If you're going to go for it, as a defender, if you're going to just pull the trigger and you're going to go for it, you better make it happen, and you better get that pick. Otherwise, you're giving up a first down conversion. He gets the pick, and those defensive coaches and that defense celebrating on the sidelines.
Brought down back at the 36-yard line.
To throw, here's Willis. That's incomplete left side.
Fairly safe to say as that one falls incomplete this first half so far, it's not met the standard they set for themselves.
So after that prior incompletion, we've got 3rd down.
Cowboy 80. Hey, check that, street.
3rd and long for him here. Dumps it off to Achane. On the move, past the 40. And he's going to take this down to the 31 before he gets taken down. What a play on 3rd and 13, and this drive will indeed continue.
A gain of 33 yards on the play.
Check
And the Dolphins first down.
Shotgun snap now to Willis. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose, incomplete. Looking for his back to Von Achane there. And it sets up 2nd down.
Buffalo 18. Here we go.
Here's Willis to the air. Finds a seam down the middle. He will take this across. Touchdown, Miami. The Dolphins pick it off and get points on the ensuing drive. So, Brock, this offense starting to find its rhythm a bit as they finish things with a touchdown there to give them the lead.
And the key word there that you said is finish, because you want to have that mindset, even early in the game, that field goals aren't going to cut it. So that's great work to make sure they finish with 6 points.
That one right down the middle. And the Dolphins break that tie and now lead by 7. Out to kick it away, here's Pinion. And nope, not chancing this one. Knee down for a touchback. So it's good field position for the Colts as they get set, 1st and 10.
Cougar 19. 60 Maverick. 60.
Back to work after throwing the pick. Well, the pressure nearly got to him, but it's not going to play defensively as that one falls incomplete.
That is is a DB's best friend, pressure. That pressure earned that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target and hit him to alter that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
That one finds Josh Downs. And this one breaks beautifully as they're going to get it forward to their own 45.
Check mash. 18 Rattler. Panther streak.
Richardson now on 1st and 10. Ooh, he got hit as he was throwing. Surprisingly, he falls incomplete. Second down coming up.
And this is why scouts talk about a player's closing speed, Kate. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released. And that sure altered the throw.
70 Ranger.
2nd and 10. Again, it's Richardson. Who should have had another one there. Defense getting opportunity after opportunity to pick it off. But 2 in a row now have slipped away. Got to start taking better care of the football, Brock, as he brings him to the line here, 3rd down. They'll throw again, Richardson. And the streak continues. Another one hits the ground.
Kate, as a quarterback, that is so rough. Incomplete. You're going to go to the sidelines, you're going to look at that tablet, and you're going to try to figure out how in the heck do we turn this around.
And they're facing a long field ahead of them as that kick skips out near the 11. At 2:01, this is going to take us inside the 2-minute warning. Thrown on 1st down, Willis. Pass complete, 2-2 Atwell. Tackle made right around the 26. Coming to the line for another 1st and 10.
60 Maverick.
Here's Willis. He's going to get a hand in there and knock that one away. So 2nd down now after the incompletion.
You know, it's one thing to tell a quarterback not to telegraph a pass. It's quite another to fundamentally do the right things. You got to use your eyes to move defenders in this league, especially on your primary target.
2nd and 10. Here's Willis.
Can we get a fucking pick? No, god damn, bro. Can't keep throwing the ball right at me.
How about a big hitter? 30, 40 yards there and a new set of downs.
Year after year, the best offense.
Y'all are fucking killing me with this shit.
Just the receivers or the tight ends that can make plays through the air.
This stupid ass nigga throwing the ball right at me every fucking time, and y'all won't get the pick.
On the defense.
This is a heat.
Look at that. You see what I'm... Thank you. He's fucking stupid. He can't pass. He just throws the ball in fucking coverage.
Hang on to that football. That's his first career interception.
The fuck out of here, man.
Well, I know I don't need to tell you, partner, but if
Damn.
you try to get aggressive, really push a throw downfield like that, you have to be smart about how you do it.
Yeah, that is spot on, Kate. If you got to find that spot when you know the coverage.
Oh, my God. Richardson.
This is intercepted. That is back-to-back passes. And the Dolphins will take over as he records his first interception of our season. All right, Miami has its offense set, partner. Here comes 1st and 10. Shaking off the pick quickly. He's going to throw. Well, the pressure nearly got to him, but still a good play defensively as that one falls incomplete.
Well, that's one you chalk up to the pressure earning that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target, hit him, altered that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
He's going to throw again on 2nd down.
Thank you.
This has been a trend, yet another interception. And the Colts are going to have it after his 2nd interception of the season. Well, they were thinking at least a field goal on the drive if they couldn't reach the end zone, right? But the interception keeps them from even getting 3 out of this possession.
You really hope at the end of this game you don't look back and go, shoulda, woulda, coulda. If we could have gotten some points out of that drive early, we wouldn't be in the situation we are in now.
That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Well, even with the pick on that last drive, partner, he is showing no hesitation whatsoever.
Now, in order to play this game, Kate, at this level, you've got to be aggressive. You can't let a previous mistake really affect your next decision. I'll say this as well. In the NFL, you throw into coverage too many times, there can be more interceptions.
Back to the air. It's Richardson. And they're all the way across midfield before he's brought down. Now we get a timeout from the Colts. That's their first. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. Ball just a yard shy of midfield. 1st and 10.
60 Maverick. 60 Maverick.
From the shotgun, it's Richardson. He almost threw another one. Back-to-back throws now that should have been picked off, partner, as he continues making risky decisions with the football.
I can say this definitively. That is not the way you thank your defense for giving you the football. Don't follow that other quarterback steps and toss it right back to him. You got away with one.
He beams one deep right side.
Damn, but this boy can't throw. I ain't gonna never get him developed. I ain't gonna never get him developed, bro.
You know, I say this all the time. You get down there to the red zone, and things happen so fast. Those windows close in a hurry. Quarterback's fortunate that was one hand and not 2 hands that got on the football.
Richardson on 3rd.
Then y'all won't catch the ball when he do give it. When this motherfucker do make the right read, he don't catch the ball.
And they're going to be stuck with a 4th and long.
Well, that took some force right there. That took some serious defensive effort to force the incompletion. You're not going to see a lot of guys ever let go of a football when they got a 1st down right in their midst. That force, that contact, separated man from ball.
To the right, reeled in by Downs. And this one has no shot. They're on him quick, and that's going to be a turnover on Downs.
You go for it on 4th down. It's got to be something from the short list of plays you expect to work every time. If that one's on the short list, I think it's got to be reevaluated. Something wasn't working on it, and it cost them the possession.
Hot 70, hot 70. 60. Panther and left, cut 19 tight, 19 tight.
The play fake now, Willis to throw. He's got to push one deep down there.
Are you serious right now, bro? You can't be, dog. This nigga dropping fucking dimes.
The Dolphins will add to their lead at the end of the half.
Whatever, dog.
Those front office personnel people love to pair speedy wide receivers and ask their coaches to do just that. Put some play action in there. Let him go run. Because with his speed, that route is a winner, winner, chicken dinner.
Patterson on for the extra point. The point after splits the uprights. And the Dolphins double their lead to 14. Out to kick it away, here's Pinion. And that kickoff is into and then out of the end zone. So we got a touchback. This drive will start at the 35. And even 20 seconds left at their disposal on the final drive of this half.
Let's go.
On 1st down, it's Richardson. Finds him over the middle. And they're going to bring him down just on the other side of midfield. Timeout, Indianapolis. That's its 2nd. And they still have 1 in their pocket for what's left of this half.
1st and 10 at the 49-yard line.
To the air on this 1st down, Richardson. And the Dolphins are going to get to him, and he is dropped.
Damn,
That's their last one. And that's all they've got for what little remains of this half.
Here we go, here we go. A kick, crackle, 80. Ready.
Shotgun snap now to Richardson. He's throwing deep to the left side. That'll be incomplete, and the clock shows 10 seconds left. No luck finding his receiver that time. And that's going to leave him with a tough 3rd and long.
70 Timberwolves. 60 Maverick. 60 Maverick. Cowboy 80.
Looking to throw. And they don't connect there, so only 6 seconds remaining. Looking for his wide receiver there. And that brings up 4th and long.
That one really stings, Kate, because you want to convert there and not only keep this drive going for points, because now you're giving your opponent a chance to go pad that lead before halftime. That's a no-no.
And no return here as this one ends up going out of bounds. That's halftime of this contest. We'll join both teams in taking a short break. More of the NFL on EA Sports in just a moment. We'll see what the first half adjustments of the season are as they're teed up, and away we go in our second half. Chooses to bring this one out. We stop him right as he gets up past the 15.
And they're on the 17-yard line.
Indianapolis bringing the offense to the line. Here's 1st and 10. Richardson now. Buys time, rolling right. On target to Downs. And they're going to catch him right as he gets this to the 30. Give him 13 on that play. And that is good for an Indianapolis first down.
I just don't know how you play defense, Kate, with some of the guys in the league today. How can you balance defending somebody who can run for it or throw it right over your head? These dual threat QBs, they're a nightmare.
First down throw here from Richardson. That's brought in. It's his back, Jonathan Taylor. And he would have this across that 40-yard line before they managed to stop him. It's a gain of 11 there, and that picks up the first.
Some of these quarterbacks, Kate, I swear, it's just instinctive. Like a great running back, they just know how to buy a little bit more time and to create space to find those completions outside the pocket.
On the move, past the 40. And he fights his way down to the 35 before the defense can get him out. It's a gain of 21 yards to pick up that first down. We've set it down from the 37.
First and 10. Let's go. 37.
Richardson on 1st and 10. Left side into the hands of Warren. And he's going to be stopped, but not before he gets it down to the 14. A big play, 23 yards to move those chains.
Good offenses. Good play callers know how to utilize their personnel. They know where they wanted them. They wanted them on a route in space where he could make that initial play comfortably, then go to work after.
He will not score, but that does set him up Brock with 1st and goal, less than a yard away from the end zone.
18 Rattler.
First down and goal to
Buffalo
go.
19 Lions. Hey, smash Broncos. Ready.
Once more now, it's Richardson. Almost had 6, but can't find him in the end zone. Incomplete. So they fire for the end zone on 1st down, Brock. I think a lot of folks probably assume after the incompletion it'd be a run here on 2nd and goal. What say you?
Yeah, I think you always got to be careful about assuming. As a fan, as a defensive coordinator, I think as an offense, you've worked on it all week, continue to get to the stuff you trust the most.
18 Pioneer.
Throwing again, Richardson. And he's going to score. Touchdown, Indianapolis. The Colts cutting to the lead coming out of halftime. It's an Anthony Richardson touchdown. That one splits the uprights. And the Colts chop the lead in half. It's down to 7.
Colts 14. Rigoberto Sanchez kicking off for Indianapolis.
And just like that, we're back to a one-possession ball game as the kickoff is away. And that one flies right on past the end zone. Did not make an effort to even hit the landing zone, Brock. So they're going to gift him a drive starting at the 35. Pretty good field position awaiting the Dolphins as they head up here, 1st and 10. It's Achane on the inside give. And the drive starts out small, just 1 yard on that play.
I don't think that's the amount that they were looking for there, Kate. Going to lead to some shuffling around here in the playbook. Find a more aggressive call on 2nd.
Need a better result than that last run. It's 2nd and 8. Here's Achan from the pistol. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down.
You know, that's a good run right there to keep the offense on schedule. If he can average that type of yards per carry, this guy's going to be more than all right with letting him lead the show.
Shotgun snap now to Willis. And it's incomplete. That's going to bring it up 4th down.
The numbers tell us pretty clearly, you get to 3rd and long, extra long, it's really hard to stay on the field. That's disappointing because that was 3rd and manageable and incomplete.
So the Dolphins readying for the punt. It'll be Bradley Pinion doing the honors. Wow, beautiful punt there. They have them backed up all the way to the 2-yard line. Colts file out into formation. Here comes 1st and 10.
Let's go now. Bronco 80. Warriors 17.
Richardson from his own end zone. Completed over the middle. And he has it up to the 9-yard line before going down. Goes to the hurry up here.
A 7-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 3 at the 9-yard line.
Ready.
Working from the gun, it's Richardson. Escapes the pocket. And he doesn't see a window he likes, so he just got rid of that one. It brings up 3rd down.
Kate, I got to believe he harkened back to that earlier pick and thought the better of making another. Getting outside the pocket, he was either going to try to run for it, had nowhere to go, so he simply threw it away.
Defense with an excellent opportunity at a stop here on 3rd down. Now Richardson to throw. He's got it, complete to Downs. And he's going to be taken down right as he reaches that 20-yard line. They'll move the chains after that pickup of 12.
I know the combine tries to test everything it possibly can physically, but I don't know how you test courage at the combine because there's nobody defending you. Nobody wants to hit you. That was the epitome of courage to make that in cut and make the catch.
That's an 11-yard pickup, and it gives them the 1st down.
It sure seemed like he knew exactly where he was going with that right off the snap.
You've set it down for him from the 31.
18, 19, Charger, 19.
They'll throw again, Richardson. Catch made over the middle. He's at the 30. The 10. All the way, touchdown, Indy. The Colts can tie it up after hitting pay dirt in the 3rd. They'll try this extra point. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Colts tie this game at 21. We've got a tie ball game now as they send this away. And he just sends this out and over the end zone, so no threat of a return. They're going to spot the ball for the 35 to begin this drive. The Dolphins in pretty good field position here as they come up 1st and 10. Here's Achan up the middle.
Come on, bro. Y'all gotta shoot the gap or something.
That's going to pick up the 1st down after a gain of 26.
Those unsung heroes, those big guys up front on the O-line, let's give them a little love right here, okay? They don't always get the attention they deserve on the broadcast, but let me tell you, they played a huge role in that big old run.
Going to the ground again on 1st. He's held it just a couple of yards on that carry, and that brings up 2nd down. After that play, we see some concern from their guys on the field. And now we know why. One of their best players was hurt on the play and is getting worked on. Running from the pistol, it's right. And they fire him for a few. It's 3rd down.
That is just a good, solid run right there. I know, it's a pretty basic commentary, but sometimes football can be basic. It keeps you on schedule, that kind of yards per carry, and you move the sticks.
It's his running back.
Bruh, what the fuck, bruh? What are we doing, dog?
An 8 on that one. And that is the Dolphins' 1st down.
That's good for a Dolphins 1st down. An 8-yard pickup. 1st down, Miami.
He'll call his own number. Give him 5 on that play as he gets him inside the red zone. Give him around 6. That's going to make it 2nd and 4. We've reached the end of 3 in our Week 1 opener. It's all knotted up at 21, partner. Still plenty of scoring here as we try to decide our winner. First down run gets him 6, so now it is 2nd and 4.
70 Rangers, 70 Rangers. Get it? Hawk 70, Hawk 70.
Now they'll hand it off to A-Chain. And he will not get the first, but oh, this is close. He's picking up about a yard at most to gain after he picked up 3. 3rd down.
That's a gain of 3. It's 3rd and...
Trying to pick it up here with A-Chain. And he's going to have enough for the first down. Not by much. He got it. That's all that matters. Sets him up with a 1st and goal.
That's another Dolphins first down. 1st and goal at the 8-yard line.
Staying on the ground here with A-Chain. And he will take it in. Touchdown, Miami. The Dolphins take a 4th quarter lead. Devon A-Chain with the touchdown. They kept it on the ground as opposed to airing it out, and that time, well, Brock, the ground game paid off.
Well, these great rushing attacks down here that can score rushing touchdowns, it takes the whole party getting involved. Yeah, the burst of the running back was tremendous. How about the launch of his blockers right off the line of scrimmage? That's a touchdown the entire way, and it took the entire group offensively.
Now to kick it away, here's Pinion. And this is going to bounce out of the end zone, so they will set up shop at the 35.
At their own 35-yard line.
So it's good field position for the Colts as they get set. 1st and 10.
Here we go. Here we go. Go.
Richardson. He's all the way across midfield, down inside that 45-yard line. A big play, 23 yards to move those chains.
Obviously, a defense wants to take away all the reads and prevent any kind of big throw for the 1st down. Well, this QB, he'll just lower his head and gash the defense with one of the biggest runs of the game.
On the counter, it's Taylor. And he's going to have this one down to the 20. They get 23 on that one. And it'll be 1st down Colts.
Hey, you know by now I'm not shy about referencing movies during a game, and that run, that was a picture-perfect script. You get the defense thinking one thing, looking one way, then bam! You surprise them with a twist, head the other way for a big run.
Forced out to his right. Caught just shy of the goal line. He takes this one in. Touchdown, Indianapolis. The Colts now trail by just a point in the 4th. So a chance to tie it up again here in the 4th. And it's no good.
Bro, how? Bro, I just kicked this shit right down the fucking middle.
Trailing now in this 4th quarter. Things trim back down to a single point, Brock, as they send this off and away. And no return as this bounces through the end zone for a touchback. Pretty good field position awaiting the Dolphins as they head up here, 1st and 10. Putting a receiver in motion. On 1st down, they're going to start out with A-Chain. He's only able to get back to the line. It's going to be 2nd down.
That's the kind of yardage that's not going to kill this drive on the 1st play, but it does put you a little bit behind schedule. Now 2nd down becomes critical because nobody wants a 3 and out.
Last run only gained a yard. That means it's 2nd and 9.
Dragon 60.
Working from the gun, it's Willis. Has him on the quick hitter. Rolling into enemy territory. And he's down almost, nope, actually going to give him the 30 here. How about a big hitter, 34 yards there and a new set of downs. First and 10 after that last highlights. They're at the 30. At the shotgun, they'll give it to Achane. Can't slip that initial tackle. Stops made for no gain on that first down play.
You know, Kate, over the years, I've heard running backs say there's just sometimes you got to run into darkness. Just go where there is no lane and hope that something opens along the way. That linebacker said, not this time.
Here we go. Go street. 60 Bison. 60 Bison.
Achane again on second. So a solid gain there, Brock, but still third down is short that they've got to figure out now as they pick up 9 on that previous play.
I got to really rack my brain, Kate, to remember a play, a run in this league that nice that doesn't end up getting an offensive first down. He did all he could to will this drive forward.
Now with 2:09 left on the clock, we got a timeout from the defense. Here we go, third and less than a yard.
Let's go. Let's go.
Frank gets it, headed right. And he's able to get this down to the 13. So the defense gave him the clock a little bit. So they call a timeout just before our 2-minute warning. 2:04 to go.
That is your old school meat and potatoes call right there. Don't even think about throwing it. Just rush it ahead and get what you need.
All right, this is going to be the last play before the 2-minute warning.
Ready.
First down, and they go right back to it. Solid gain on that play, Brock. That's 5 yards. It's going to be second down.
It's a pickup of 6. Brings up second and 4 at the 7-yard line.
Right again. He's unable to get away from that tackle. Good work by the defense. Nothing gained on second down.
I don't mind that call on the early downs. Give that defense something to think about. You got the inside run between the tackles, and whether it's jet sweeps or a little swing pass, or in that case a toss, make sure you threaten to the outside.
Come on. Set. Nice. Go.
He'll throw it. Touchdown, Miami. The Dolphins get some all-important insurance.
Touchdown, Dolphins.
It seems like a lot of the time, Brock, even if the results aren't quite as flashy every rep, tight ends are even more reliable scorers than a lot of receivers are when it comes to the passing game.
Yeah, I would agree with that, but there's also a lot more real estate for them to work with, right? Think of the receivers. They got to deal with the sidelines, that 12th defender. Many of these tight ends, they've got a ton of field to work with. And when they prove to the quarterback they can be a difference maker, they'll look for him.
Smash. Ready.
Oh, they're going to try to pitch it left. And he gets into the end zone. The 2-point try is good, and now it's a 2-score ball game. So after the play, some obvious concern from their sideline as they watch their quarterback out there in some pain. Training staff running out to check on him.
Bradley Pinion set to kick off.
Out to kick it away, here's Pinion. And that one bounces through the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 35-yard line.
So it's good field position for the Colts as they get set, 1st and 10.
Ready.
From the shotgun, it's Richardson. It's caught, Warren. And they're going to get to him right along that midfield strike block as he's set out. He picks up 15 on the play. And that is good for an Indianapolis first down.
1st and 10 at the 50-yard line.
Cowboy 80. 19 tight. Check out.
Richardson back to throw. Makes the catch, but does not do it in bounds. It looks like he came down on that sideline. Second down coming up.
The best of the best, they just have this intuition, Kate. They know where the boundary is without looking. This receiver's not quite at that level yet. He lost track of where he was, and he brought it in.
And he drives this across midfield and down into enemy territory. Colts operating from the hurry-up, rushing back to the line. Here he is to throw. Put the body on the line for his team. Looking fast as that clock ticks down.
18 rattlers.
And the Colts.
19 Lions.
First and 10 at the 27-yard line.
Richardson now on 1st and 10. Chased out to his right. Pulls it at the 7. This is going to make it down to the 6. That's going to set him up with 1st and goal.
Do you feel sometimes, Kate, up here in the booth when we get to see things develop, we're playing the same guessing game that defenses are on those kind of plays? Is he planning on keeping it or just waiting for a throw to develop and get open? That time the QB did a terrific job of finding that outlet.
And this is cut for a score, and we are not done here yet. Slant route, as it does so many times every game we call, Brock. Paying dividends. Made that touchdown look a lot easier than it was.
An uncontested release that close to the end zone spells disaster for a defense every time, Kate. You got to have a whole lot more physicality at the point of attack because a QB is always going to be looking for that short little slant near the goal line.
Ready.
He'll look to throw it. And the 2-point pass falls incomplete. They tried to get aggressive, but it doesn't work.
36. Colts 33.
As we approach the final half minute of play, their comeback hopes resting on recovering this kick.
Siblings, nothing but my children. What? They disappearing. I'm in the city with a flag beginning thrown like it was past interference. Padlock around the building. Crack pulling up in my truck just to play food tag. Put a bomb and kick like it was sea bag.
And the Dolphins are all over that kick. This game is over. And he takes it just inside the 40, down to the 39. Into the victory formation they go, Brock, here on 1st down. Here's a design run. So it's a win for the visiting Dolphins. One down, a whole lot more wins to go, Brock. But hey, victors to begin this regular season.
Yeah, I think it's both these guys go across the field and shake hands with one another. They do know, Kate, to your point, it is a long year. But what this does is it pays off your training camp. It does instill some confidence. He did all the right things through July and August to kick the season off.